everyone, let's talk about food prep. This is usually my most popular video. It's the topic that people have the most questions about, the most fears about. So let's just go ahead and cover everything and get you on track. So first of all, let me tell you that on Beachbody On Demand, Autumn now has some awesome food prep and pantry videos that I encourage you to watch. I'm hoping to keep this video short and sweet and just tell you how I approach food prep. And then I would love for you to go and watch Autumn's, because she actually goes and cooks food and shows you physically how she sets her containers up and does all that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot to learn from watching those, but I just want to tell you how I approach it and what stressed me out when I first started. So when I first started, my coach kept saying, okay, it's Sunday. What are you doing for food prep today? Everybody prep your food today. And, you know, my family would have things going on. We'd go on adventures. And I would never get around to going to the grocery store on Sundays and prepping any food. And it would totally stress me out because I'm a rule follower. And here I was, you know, trying to be this good little challenger, and I wasn't able to go prep food on Sundays. So I am here to tell you, I don't care what day of the week you prep. I don't care if you do one huge prep on Sunday. I don't care if you do a mini prep on Monday and a mini prep on Thursday or Friday like I do. There's no right or wrong way to do it. As with anything in this program, I fully believe in you doing whatever you can that works for you and your schedule so that you set yourself up for success. I do not know your schedule. For me, I finally discovered that Monday mornings were the perfect time for me to do my food prep. I would take all of my kids to school. I would be able to go to the grocery store, get all my shopping done, come home, get things started, be able to have something made for my lunch, and prep our dinners and all that kind of stuff. So that is just what worked for me. So again, I encourage you to really think about your schedule and your life and what will work best for you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I do typically go to Costco once a month and I get my big staples there. I always load up on a ton of Greek yogurt. By the way, if you want to start eating Greek yogurt and you struggle with it, you don't like the taste or flavor or texture, just reach out and let me know and I can give you some tips that helped me. As with just about everything in this program, I was skeptical about Greek yogurt. I did not want to eat it. I did not like it. And I approached my first challenge, and this is how I encourage you to approach your challenge is, well, I can try anything for 21 days. I'm just going to kind of suffer through this and see what I can change and learn about myself. So I do encourage you to consider this round as a challenge to see what habits and what things you can change and try, you know, what new things you can try. So I get lots of produce at Costco. I get all of my ingredients for homemade granola, which you can see I need to make some today. That's part of my food prep too. So typically the way I approach my food prep is, like I said, I go to the grocery store on Monday mornings. I plan out my menu. There are meal planning worksheets and spreadsheets in our files section that I encourage you to download and use if you so choose. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do any of this. If you love spreadsheets and you want to make your own Excel spreadsheet, I love that. If you have a whiteboard at home and you want to color code everything, I love that too. I have teacher friends that get out crayons and highlighters and just do it on notebook paper. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's just that you sit down and do it. And sometimes it does take a little bit of trying different ways and methods to figure out what works best for you. But just know the more you do this every week, it's going to get easier. Every week you're going to spend less time in the grocery store, less time in your kitchen prepping stuff, and you'll just know what you need. So I typically try to make something that I can have for lunch for 4, maybe 5 days, and then do another mini prep. I discovered this summer that what was happening is I was doing a big prep on Mondays, and then come the weekends, I'd kind of, fizzle. So I think that it made more sense for me to do a mini prep on Monday and a mini prep on Thursday or Friday for the weekend, so that I at least had healthy lunch choices available for the weekends too. So what else do I want to tell you about food prep? Be sure you make any kind of seasoning mixes from the booklet so that you have those set up. I will warn you that if you're not used to eating this way, it really can make a huge, huge difference. Again, I was skeptical about that. My husband, which I still, this kind of made me mad and kind of blew my mind at the same time. When I started my first round, I totally changed how I was cooking our dinners. I used to use lots of heavy cream sauces, lots of butter, lots of salt, lots of white pasta, white rice. I did include vegetables, but probably fewer vegetables than we needed. And for my first round, my husband lost 10 pounds just based on the fact that he was eating different dinners. So he still ate the same breakfast. He still ate out every single lunch in downtown Charleston. And he did not even start exercising. The only thing he changed about his behavior or anything was dinner. And he lost 10 pounds. So the way you cook and the way you approach food really can make a big, big difference. If you have any questions about food prep, please let me know. Again, don't let it stress you out. There are lots of resources both in the file section and under Fixate on Beachbody On Demand. And don't forget to check out all of our many, many recipes in our Facebook group under the files section. All of those recipes that are there, we've all made. They are all some of our favorites. And if you're looking for something in particular, just let me know. And one thing I will mention, I know many of you have families and it might be a struggle to get your kids to eat some of this. I totally get that. I've got 3 kids. 2 of them are incredibly picky. What I try to do is before I put things together, so for instance, if I'm making, what's the name of the recipe? If I'm making the healthy ranch chicken skillet, I will take the ingredients to that. I'll pull out some chicken. I'll pull out, I think it's got beans and corn in it. I'm just kind of going from memory here. And some cheese and maybe some rice. And I will make it look really plain and simple for my 2 little kids. And then I'll put it all together and mix it up for the rest of us. So you do have to use some tricks like that to make it doable for your whole family, but it can be done. If you have any questions or comments, just please let me know. And again, I promise this gets easier the more you do it. Just be sure you clean out that pantry, get a meal plan, get your recipes down, figure out when and how you're going to prep, and just do it.